All right.
That's what I'm talking about. You can't let nobody else talk. He's over stumbling over a damn acronym.
Say cow and pussy testy, motherfucker.
And he was like, "Oh, they'll never be no good. They're like Kentucky or some shit like that."
I'm curious to see where all
Get prepared to do a lot of scrolling.
So it's way on down there, right?
They're way down. All right, here we are in No Madden.
Oh, what's up? I hate that, but surely he'll pop in.
All right, so Gabe, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. So what did y'all watch yesterday? I was kind of in and out of watching the football games yesterday, so y'all got to have to fill me in on this.
I was at work, so I could watch the Auburn game. I mean, I had my phone posted up, but I could watch some of it. But I kind of got the gist that we're still terrible.
And then I watched Kentucky and Vanderbilt and Kansas and BYU. And then I tried to follow the scores and stuff, and I did a little study in that.
So what happened with Kansas and BYU? That's one score I did not catch.
That was very interesting because I'm a little bit on Kansas this year, and it was 38-24, I believe. And they, what happened was Keelan Slovic threw the game away over and over again, and basically BYU dominated the whole game in every way you could imagine. But every time that they get ready to score, he'd throw an interception, and Kansas would run it back. Pretty good summary.
Yeah, I was flipping back and forth on that one.
So that,
and I was mainly watching Bama and Ole Miss.
And the theme of Kansas and Kentucky, the basketball schools trying to play football, not that it's that important in the world right now, is that they got cornerbacks that nobody expected and really good ones.
Well, Duke and North Carolina is really good too.
Oh yeah, I caught pieces of that because I wanted Duke to beat North Carolina real bad,
Yeah.
And I can't believe I ever root for Duke in my life, Gabe. I was just fucking shit, saying that I would ever root for Duke in my life as a Kentucky fan.
Shannon, are you there?
I'm absolutely here, and I'm listening to this pitter patter about these games that are insignificant and don't mean shit. Let's talk about the big one, which was Ohio State Notre Dame for half a second. That was with a photo finish. That was actually a really, really, really good game. Wasn't offensive firepower, that's for goddamn sure, but
it was a great football game.
It put me on the edge of my seat. I was definitely on the edge of my seat those last couple of minutes. Of course, I didn't have a dog in the fight at all. I wasn't rooting for either team and could care less who the winner was. But yeah, what a finish!
I picked Notre Dame, but I like Ohio State. I was rooting for Ohio State, but you gotta have a feeling like Marcus Freeman's still filling out the whole head coaching thing. And I mean, it's just like the last drive, you have Ohio State on the ropes, and then you just play prevent defense, and Ohio State gets down the field under a minute, and then you have two times back-to-back having 10 players on the field, and Ohio State scoring the easiest game-winning touchdown in the history of mankind.
Yeah, it was pretty creep out there.
Will never be anything significant in modern times. You had to go back to the 30s. Sorry, Sean.
I don't know. I think we need to take a step back for a second because I really do believe this Ohio State team is a good team. I don't think they're a great team, not by any means. Otherwise, they would have scored a lot more points and been much more dominant throughout the game.
Penn State is going to beat them.
I think you're right. Michigan looks freakishly good this year. I watched a little bit of the Michigan-Rutgers game, and it didn't take long for Harbaugh to figure out how to pull away from Oceano. I felt bad for Greg in that one, but yeah, that was that's how you're supposed to. That's how Michigan is supposed to beat Rutgers.
Yeah, and Penn State looked really good too. I mean, I get it's Iowa, and they still have figured out the 4 pass, but you still beat Iowa 31-0, I believe.
Oh yeah, they dominated.
Does anybody here think that this might actually be James Franklin's year? That Penn State finally marches to the playoffs?
Nah, I think
But
Michigan will beat them.
but Penn State has to get over the
Really?
Ohio State and Michigan hump.
Yeah.
Ohio State looks beatable this year. I really
Yeah.
honestly believe that Penn State, if they bring their A game, they could beat Ohio State this year. Michigan,
Notre-
I don't know. Michigan's playing some
The
good
first
football.
half, they shut themselves
And
in
it pains me to say that. You know, y'all know how I feel about Jim Harbaugh and Michigan football as a whole. So for me to say Michigan looks pretty good this year, it comes from the soul. And
There
it
you go.
hurts a lot.
He's going to have a lot of
Fuck
boogers to pick this year.
Yeah.
If
All right,
Penn
so
State,
But no, he won't be picking his nose near as much this year if they keep playing like they are. He can relax a little bit.
what about Colorado?
yeah, we got to talk about Colorado.
What about Colorado? Did they play were they playing this weekend?
I mean, they
I
showed
thought they
up.
had a bye week. I could have swore they had a bye week
They
if
took
you
a
watched
bye
any of that Oregon game.
They
They
made
definitely
both.
had a bye week. Unfortunately, they forgot that they were supposed to actually play the game.
You know what? I want to say this, and I think it's important. I think he's done a fucking excellent job there. And I hate that it would get overshadowed by something like this because he didn't have anything coming in. And to win 3 fucking games in a row to start the season
Yeah.
from a team that won 1 game last year is amazing. And they're going to win they're going to win some more games.
I don't think that their season's over, not by a long shot. Now it does highlight in the offseason. Coach Sanders better look for a defense if he expects to be Colorado to be at the level that he has been saying that Colorado is well.
Well, he's playing a Pac-10.
Certainly didn't play like it yesterday. Yeah.
Well, the problem is the Pac-12 is really, really deep this year, and you can't even guarantee that they will beat the 2 Arizona schools. You go ahead and write off Oregon State, Washington, Utah, UCLA, and USC as L's, and it's really hard to see where they're going to get 6 wins. And then all the people saying that he's better than freaking Nick Saban after beating a overrated TCU team that lost their whole team is just ridiculous.
Now, I don't know anybody that was saying he's better than Nick Saban. They just appeared in a commercial together. I mean, that's it.
I've seen it on Facebook. Like the Dion fans, the 90% of the Dion fans couldn't even point out Colorado on a state map, but yet they're going to sit here and claim that he's just the second coming.
Well, and again, look, and again, I brought this up, and I'm going to be I'm going to go ahead and toot my own horn for a second because I was the first of anybody that y'all know about that started bringing up this undercurrent of race that has followed Colorado and their story. Here Coach Prime is a strong, confident black man who presents himself as a black man does. And there's something very galvanizing about that has nothing to do with college football at all. And of course, Dion has kind of played this, this narrative going to a historical black college and taking Jackson State to heights they've never seen before. I mean, it was just unreal how quickly he was able to turn that program around. So I don't know. I still think he's done a hell of a job. But that was dreams versus reality yesterday. And Oregon is a phenomenal team. And for me to say that about anything good about Bo Nix, again, comes deep, deep, deep within my disturbed soul.
Because Nick of the dumbest takes
definitely the front runner for the Heisman now.
I'm going to disagree with you. I definitely don't think Oregon's a phenomenal team, but I think they're really good. But I don't think they're a top 10 team. I really don't.
I don't know why that people would be offended by the way that he presents himself and the culture of it. I find it very entertaining and spicy, and I enjoy it. And I think most people would too.
It's very entertaining, but it's also very annoying when you turn on any kind of college football and they bring up Colorado. Colorado isn't a relevant team. Yes, what Dion's doing is amazing. And I wish I was an Auburn fan that we would have hired him because I would like all the attention on Auburn and all that 5 stars stuff that he's going to bring in next year.
Hey, we remember that.
Y'all have the coach y'all need, and most importantly, you have the coach you deserve.
Gabe, we remember this about you. We remember your Dion push.
Yes,
Yes.
I wanted Dion, and then I'm also a Falcons fan, so it's a win-win for me.
Oh
And then like
yeah.
I get called all
Dion was
kinds of
not coming to Auburn. Dion Sanders was not going to come to Auburn, not yet. Colorado gave him the keys, swung the doors wide open because they could do absolutely no worse. Auburn
yeah.
still thinks it's better than it is, and is going to kind of until y'all calm down and let one of these coaches you keep running off at least try to do something.
Let's be
Gus
real.
Malzahn's got UCF looking like playoff ready.
Come on.
So I'm
I
going to
They
say,
got
mean,
mauled by
it's
Kansas
that. I
State.
mean, have you seen some UCF football this year? They're looking pretty tough. They look a lot tougher than Auburn does.
Yeah, they'll
so let
probably
me give a
beat us.
shout out real quick to Bruce Martinez, and I'm going to say this: I really think Washington is the cream of the crop in the Pac-12.
I agree.
Washington looks
Michael
pretty damn
Penix
good. Of
Jr.
course,
looks unbelievable. He
I
is
think
poised
in
for a
the
Heisman
end, I
run.
think we're going to see that Washington runs over everybody.
Oh yeah, and their quarterback's great. He's one of the Heisman candidates for sure.
Yeah, I mean, really, you could just kind of give the Heisman to any Pac-12 quarterback, Michael Penix, Bo Nix, or Caleb Williams. They all deserve it. Or you can even go Shadur Sanders because I mean he's
So
doing
so
nothing
tell me,
but
Gabe,
showing up.
is is he a sophomore now?
Who?
Your guy over at Oregon,
Oh, he's a senior.
because
you talking
man,
about Nix? Bo Nix? No, he's not a
Yeah.
sophomore. What are you talking about?
He's a
I'm
senior.
talking about the fact that it seems like he's played about 8 or 9 years now, and
Uh-huh.
I don't see how that.
He's played all 4 years. I mean, what's wrong with that? He
We
knows
were
he's not going to go
we were
to.
talking about this the other day. I mean, he's been around a long
Well,
time.
he's planning to be a doctor. That's what it is. He's getting a doctorate in something.
When
So
was
that
it the
he
Kentucky and
so that
Auburn
he can pay
played?
his back child support.
He was
Yes.
2019. I mean, I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah,
You
he
got
was
an
a
extra
sophomore
year.
then.
Yeah,
So he was a sophomore in 2019.
that was a freshman.
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
He was a freshman.
Doug, speaking of Washington, what about Washington State?
Yeah,
Oh
what a
yeah.
shocker there. I did not think that was going to be Oregon State. I thought Oregon State's defense was going to be too much, but I mean, they just keep surprising everybody. Everyone kind of wrote them off versus Wisconsin. They went out and just whooped Wisconsin too.
And I'm very impressed with Oregon State as well. But yeah, Washington State definitely looks good. They could have something to say about Washington. They could trip Washington up. That's a rival game, and
Yeah.
you
Where's the
never know what's
Apple
going to
Cup
happen.
being played at? Is it in Seattle or is it in Pullman?
You know what? Give me a second, and I'll tell you.
That one's going to be played in Pullman.
Oh
If
good.
it's in Pullman, that's gonna be a problem.
I agree because they're tough at Pullman. They look great at Pullman actually this year.
Shannon, did you pull that up, or are you guessing?
I'm just guessing.
Oh, you dickhole. I was fixing to stop what I was doing.
I actually had Washington State schedule pulled up and taken a look at it, and they're undefeated this portion of the season. So yeah, the pack has everybody just completely shocked, or at least outside of that region.
And what's so disappointing is that they're all going to be gone next year. Like you almost want the pack to stay together because if the conference is so.
But then again, and I want to propose this.
I mean,
maybe
like, imagine this. Like,
just maybe the pack dissolving kind of gotten breathed a little bit of life into some of these teams that have been struggling under the weight of that conference.
And think about this: 10 years from now, we're going to be talking about just how fun the Pac-12 used to be, and it's just not going to be there anymore.
Exactly. I mean, we kind of took it for granted, didn't we?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
mean,
so
we had the big.
No, we remember. Well, I remember very clearly how trash the pack has been lately in college football, and that's the reason.
But
that
it was
this is
still
happening.
fun
I mean,
to watch. It's
sure,
you
why
can-
not? Yeah, lots
you
of
can stay up
offense,
late night.
absolutely no defense whatsoever. Sure, that was real football,
If you
and that's why it
Putting
suffered the
60
way that
points
it
on
did.
each other, but it's still fun to watch.
all right,
Oh yeah, I mean no doubt about it, but it wasn't real at the end of the day when you actually put them up against talent and talented teams from outside that region. You saw what happened every single time.
Yeah, I mean, Auburn kind of spanked Cal there this year.
Washington State.
That's not anything. That's not anything to brag about. Come on, man.
Washington State's going to Seattle to play Washington.
Ooh. It'll be tough.
So I bet you look it up
I mean,
anyways.
you can't write them off now. I mean, they've been pulling.
No, Doug, I forgot that I switched them up. I actually forgot that I thought Washington State was in Seattle.
Oh,
my
sorry.
bad. That's my bad, y'all. I misled this podcast, and I'll log out now.
That's disinformation. That's disinformation.
But see, I don't live out that way. So I mean, what do you expect me to know? I'm not a ESPN analyst.
Analyst, I like that.
Yeah, analyst.
That's probably what they are,
Shannon, did you watch
Yeah,
Auburn pull out a win yesterday?
I watched a little bit of it. I don't know why.
We look absolutely horrendous.
You did, and against and I'm going to tell you what, Texas A&M's defense looked rather nasty yesterday. Don't look forward to us having to face them with that shit ass offense that we have right now. Which did a little better. We were improved in spots, but I see some of our more serious challenges ahead, being even more challenging than I want them to be. I'm not even sure about the Tennessee game right now. It's as trash as they're playing.
Damn. Oh Lord, I can't wait to see Tennessee play y'all. I think that's gonna be a good benchmark for them.
We have to win that game. I can't. And Tennessee fans are the fucking worst.
Yeah, absolutely. But they've been quiet since they lost to Florida. Has anyone noticed that?
Of course they have. And it's been a beautiful time on the internet. It really has been. I've been able to stroll around with my dick out. Nobody's slapping at it.
Hell yeah, we like that. I'd love for Kentucky to beat Tennessee this year. It would be so special. And they'd be so quiet on the interwebs. It wouldn't be coming from me.
I want Tennessee to lose every single last game. Is that possible? Can they lose every game that they got to play?
Do you all remember Wesley Gaines? Wesley Gaines from SEC Smack?
Yeah.
So Wesley,
Kentucky fan.
Yeah, he's going to crow forever. There'll be no end to it, right? And
Am
Kentucky,
I the only one that has neutral opinions about Tennessee? I mean, like they don't really bother. I don't like them, but it's just they got an annoying fan base. But they're kind of like Cowboys fans. Like, yeah, you're idiots because you think you're going to win a championship every year.
I hate Phil Fulmer and Tennessee, and I really want to see him lose to Kentucky in every place as possible. That hasn't happened all of my life, and I'm pretty old, so I really want us to beat them badly on national television, and it matter. I'm just going to come out and say that for anybody who wants to know that. I want to see Kentucky beat Tennessee on national television, and then I'm going to talk a whole lot of smack.
I've been waiting my whole life for Auburn to beat Bama by 50, but that never happened.
So,
just taking a glance at what I see with the rest of Tennessee's schedule, there is a possibility that they may only win 2 more games.
Oh yeah, and Florida, Kentucky's this weekend, right?
Their next match, they should win against South Carolina, even though Rattler's throwing spitballs right now.
So Shannon,
that one isn't kneeling.
Jen Chavez is gonna shit a brick when she hears about this.
That'll be fine. She can write me a letter about it later. Kentucky, that might be a loss. Texas A&M. From what I saw from Texas A&M whooping up on Auburn, Tennessee's going to have a tough time with them.
Auburn is not a good team. We made California look good, and California got mauled yesterday. So
Yeah, Auburn's offense is atrocious, and any and every Auburn fan that has anything to say about Alabama's quarterback problem can just go ahead and shut the fuck up right now. Man, what quarterback play was completely shut the fuck down. It was bad. It was awful bad.
It was like Peyton Thorne was just scared. Like he's just
y'all got problems over there, man. And then they brought that backup in, and y'all got problems.
The secondary for Auburn,
it's not like the receivers weren't open. They were.
Oh, they were, and they were being thrown to 4 yards ahead, 4 yards behind, over, up in the stands. I mean, it was the most atrocious thing I've seen. What's that boy, that Tyler Buckner boy that Alabama's got? Yeah.
Yeah, we made Tyler Butner.
Y'all
look
can
like
have him.
Heisman.
That's about what y'all have right now.
We made
That's sad.
our quarterbacks made Tyler Butner look good.
Yeah.
At least Butner was like throwing dirt balls to the receiver.
Yeah.
That was just horrendous.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. We'll trade you Buckner for any center that you have laying around. If just anybody. I don't care if it's your fifth string center. It's got to be better than what we've got right now.
So
I tell you what, Auburn, Alabama might as well be a
bitch.
baseball game because it's gonna be a lot of dirt balls.
Hell yeah.
Tennessee has Alabama, Kentucky. They should win against UConn. The Missouri game at Missouri. Tennessee's, this is November 11th, Tennessee at Missouri. That might be a loss.
Yeah, Missouri's good.
That might be a loss, so that'll be a huge road win
Missouri
to lead
plays
them
like
into
a
the
little
Georgia
Jekyll and
game.
Hyde kind of thing. But, like, let's not hype up Missouri too much now because Kansas State didn't have Will Howard, too, so, you know.
I think they're better than you think.
I truthfully think that Tennessee will win in Missouri.
Yeah.
I hate to say that. I would love to see Missouri win this game.
Missouri beat Memphis.
They did.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I mean, they beat Memphis. They beat Kansas State. This is actually a pretty good Missouri team, dude.
It's not bad, but I think Tennessee's probably better than we think they are. We'll
know exactly. We'll know who Missouri is actually the week before that game because Missouri has a hell of a stretch. They have to play LSU. It's a couple weeks before then. They have to play LSU, Kentucky at Kentucky. South Carolina, they host at home. That could be a problem game for them. They go to Georgia. You might as well put an L there. And then the Tennessee game. So, yeah, that is a hell of a stretch. And then after that, of course, is the Florida game, which could be one way or the other. Pardon me, fellas. I have a situation.
All good, Nick.
So what's Colorado doing next?
They probably won't win a game. It's really hard to predict their schedule.
No, I mean, say who do they play next?
Southern Cal.
That's what I was thinking.
Massive L. Yeah, I was thinking about the Auburn Georgia game, and like I just don't see how we even get close to the end zone.
All right, so do you know Kenneth Ingram?
No, I can't say I do.
Okay, so he's part of.
He's been in the news lately.
he's part of the Dogs, the college football Dogs group, and he comes on here. He'll be coming on the last 15 minutes of the show.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about now.
Well, he's got Auburn beating. I don't know if he still does, but he had Auburn beating Bama and Georgia.
No, that's
beating them to the bus after the game. That's about it.
Like I don't know. What we
get shot.
I knew after the Cal game, Auburn wasn't very good. I was kind of like, okay, maybe we can get things straight.
That's not what Kenneth said. Kenneth said that was a playoff bound Cal team that Auburn dismantled. Like 150 yards.
You have to be lying here.
Can we talk a little
Doug,
bit?
do you want to go ahead and pull that audio up and replay it because it was fucking hilarious when I heard it the first time.
I don't have it set, but can we talk about Sean Galooly for a second? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Sure.
Okay, why not? Right?
Haven't we tried to get him on a couple of occasions?
We have, and he never shows. But
yeah, he's a bitch. Okay.
Okay.
I just want to make sure I had the right bitch.
But anyway, Sean Galooly, he was originally saying that Auburn is really good and Alabama is terrible, and now he's saying they're both terrible. But he's got Miami.
Now look, Alabama ain't great right now. I can say that. But their defense is playing much better. I'm really pleased with what I saw from the defense yesterday.
I mean, Bama, they're pretty much guaranteed to lose one more game. You could probably pinpoint who might beat them. Bama's worth one more loss. They're just too inconsistent. O-line's absolutely atrocious. defense is playing better, but it's not no Georgia defense where they're only going to give up 7-8 points. It's just Lane Kiffin is just abysmal, and I can't even take Lane Kiffin seriously. I mean, he spends more time on Twitter than he probably does watching film.
Well,
So
Gabe, you do have to admit, now you may be correct on this, but you do have to admit that with the Saban team, there may be a lot of improvement, and we've seen it before.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
And look, I can't say that Lane's not doing his job correctly. Lane is an offensive guru, and they came into the game averaging, 550 yards a game. So, I mean, he was doing his job. I want to give credit to where credit was due, and that's to the Alabama defense that held them to just at 300 yards of offense.
Hell yeah.
They weren't able to do much with it as far as getting it into the end zone. So, I don't know. I feel a whole lot better about Alabama's season after what I saw yesterday. Against what was a really good Ole Miss team. Ole Miss earned their top 15 ranking. I'm sorry.
I mean, I really don't know how good Ole Miss is.
Almost would have got beaten by Tulane if Tulane had their quarterback, and that's a team full of 3 stars. Might I add?
It'd be like that sometimes. They need to hit that transfer portal like Lane did, and then maybe they'll beat him next year. Lane earns a lot more money than you did. Quit hating.
I'm just.
You're being a little hateful right now against Lane. You're talking about he's trash and this, that, and the other. Motherfucker came into the game with 550 yards per game on offense, and I mean, you're sitting here talking that he's like, some scrub ass coach like what was Gene Chizik? He's Gene Chizik.
What a name! It sounds like a word.
But the difference between Gene Chizik and Lane is that Gene Chizik
is that Lane still has a fucking job.
Gene Chizik still does too.
What is he doing right now? What is an analyst at Fox or something?
No, he's a defensive coordinator for University of North Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Defensive coordinator, so he's not a head coach anymore. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying.
Demotion. So he's still in the game. He's just been demoted. I got you.
Tell me the best win Lane Kiffin has in his career at Ole Miss. You can probably say Tulane.
Alabama?
No, he has not beaten Alabama.
Oh, that's right.
Yet.
He's never beat Alabama.
Is Nick Saban.
How's some oatmeal cream pies taste? I love that skit. That is one of the. I'm sorry, Lane Kiffin had to have he's got to have a big set of balls to be able to sit and watch that without completely losing his shit. Because they went hard. Tosh Point went hard in the paint on that segment.
Dude, that shit was hilarious.
It was. Next caller.
What about Florida State and Clemson?
What about Clemson?
Well, that's a hell of a game, but they fumbled.
Is Clemson still in the top 25 today? I don't think so.
Well, anyway, they fumbled anyway. So they won't be in the top 25 tomorrow.
They did. And again, we still is this FSU team? Are they still for real, or are they just playing good ball in the ACC?
I don't know.
They kind of been playing Jekyll and Hyde. Like they look like dog crap against Boston College.
They didn't look like dog crap yesterday. They handled business. It took them a minute, and they were given some very tortuous.
What's going on with Dabo? Like, wow, how pathetic.
He's old. He's getting old, man. He's getting old. And he's paid. When you're old and you're paid, your dick don't get as hard as it used to. That's why you have to do all that weird shit like strangulation and pegging and whatnot. True story.
Hallelujah. Oh, how do you follow that?
I don't need no machine to jerk me off. I still do it manually.
Damn it, yeah. Now, I had an ex-wife. I'd like to borrow one of them machines that do it. That do them, give them what they want, and just let her endlessly go on it and watch what happened. How long she could take it,
One of those Sibians.
No, I'm talking about.
I think Hunter's been talking about getting me a Sibian for a while because he's a big Howard Stern fan. Howard Stern's got a Sibian. By God, we need a Sibian, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh man!
All right, so let me give you guys an update, and this is a prediction I made, and I can't I don't know for a fact that this is what's up, but I can't find Kenneth anymore. He's not showing up. I can't DM him because he's not showing up anymore. And in the smacking off chat that was created for all of us, he's not there, but there's something that's just called Facebook user. And you can't.
Oh man, what'd y'all do to him?
No, he got Facebook canceled him because he set his old lady's house on fire.
You think that he's been banned online?
Yeah, he got canceled like Russell Brand did. The same thing happened to Russell Brand over the weekend.
Maybe he backed out because Auburn lost.
Oh, really?
Well, that'd be wise.
I mean,
that was probably a smart move on his part.
I told y'all he was very excitable remember when they beat Cal and he was so fucking excited. No, not Cal. It was UMass, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm seeing what you're seeing, Doug, and I just searched. He's supposed to be my Facebook friend, and I just searched all my chats with all my friends, and I've chatted with him, and it says Facebook user, right? And then here's one where you're saying at Kenneth Ingram, and that's the only mention of him I can find online. Period.
Damn, did he get Russell branded?
He got ghosted.
He got canceled. He got canceled because he tried to burn out his own lady's house.
He probably talked about Deion.
His ex-old lady.
Damn.
Like that.
Do y'all think he'll be on at 8:45?
No, not without a Facebook account. How are we going to get?
Well, you don't have to have a Facebook account.
No, you don't have to, but I can't send him a link.
Oh yeah.
I got his number. Somebody's got his number, don't we?
Are you going to send him the HTTP?
No, I'm not calling him. Why do I got to call him? So that means we'll have to talk more about Auburn. Fuck that.
There you go. You can send him a text that had the link.
If you want me to do my Auburn segment, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, we've already got Auburn on here. One Auburn's enough.
There you go.
But here, I dissect Auburn. We suck. We're horrible.
I'm sorry, but if you can't maintain your Facebook account on show night, then you really need to re-examine your priorities. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, he should have made a fake account and then friended us off from it so he could continue. Don't you agree?
Something. Something. Or hey guys, I'm on an alt account. Please, just please add me to the chat. Whatever, something.
Mike Gibbs has got at least 200 accounts. If he could do it, anyone can do it.
So good. So that means that I get to do the sharpening iron segment, and we're going to sharpen that motherfucker to a nub tonight.
I like it.
Talking about that shit ass Auburn offense at what was that? 199 yards. 199 yards of total offense.
Here's a funny stat: 5 quarterbacks played in the game. 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Y'all needed 7. It's fucking horrible.
Guys, I need to run a commercial as soon as I find one.
Please do. I don't want to talk about Auburn anymore.
What's the difference between these two identical cups of coffee? Everything. Everything. Boring basic coffee is leaving you dead inside. Thank the Dark Lord, there's Bones Coffee. Small batch, full-bodied coffee infused with the most mind-melting flavors in the world. Or underworld.
Oh, I've had flavored coffee before.
What's the difference between these two identical cups of coffee? Everything. Everything. Boring basic coffee is leaving you dead inside. Thank the Dark Lord, there's Bones Coffee. Small batch, full-bodied coffee infused with the most mind-melting flavors in the world. Or underworld.
Oh, I've had flavored coffee
before.
I've had
flavored coffee before. You haven't had Welcome to the highly caffeinated, slightly wicked, and immortally delicious world of Bones. Our mad coffee scientists have twisted nature to their demented wills.
It's alive!
With frightfully delicious flavors like from dusk till donuts.
It's a taste I can really sink my teeth into.
Mint invaders.
I don't mean to probe, but how did you make this coffee taste like ice cream?
And electric unicorn.
Like eating fruity cereal. Yeah!
At Bones Coffee.
All right.
Welcome back.
And welcome back to Smacking Off, the podcast. Are you with us, Mr. Madden? Are you with us, Major Tom? Can you hear
I am
me?
now.
All right.
I'm now. I'm back.
It's all part of my rock and roll fantasy.
Yeah, you had to rub one out.
No, I had a technical difficulty there. I have no idea what happened. Is Doug still with us?
Oh yeah, I know you're with us, ain't you, Dad? Are you with us, Major Tom?
So shit.
No, Doug's not with us.
Goodness, he brought us back though from the edge of non-reality known as Bone Coffee. You know why it's non-reality, Shannon?
Oh, sorry.
No
sorry.
Bones Coffee.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, it booted my ass. I added you back. I just forgot to add me back.
Oh, did it boot all of us, or what happened?
I have no clue.
All right, I was there, and then I wasn't there, and then I came back, and now I'm here.
Shannon, I have a request for the podcast. We need to do No Bones Coffee to the tune of No Bones Movie, like Al Yankovic. I need to get my guitar and sing No Bones Coffee, like Ozzy's No Bone Movies off Blizzard of Oz, right? Because they need to give me some coffee. I'm drinking my own coffee right now.
Yeah, we need to see if we can't make some kind of jingle or something like that, because Doug, you ordered us some Bones Coffee, correct?
I did, but it hasn't showed up yet.
Goodness.
Okay.
So
if we could kind of, we need to talk to Hunter, to Daddy. We just need to stop referring to Hunter as Hunter on the show and just refer to him as Daddy.
What about
He's
Big
the
Daddy?
president, of course, of college football dogs.
What about Big Daddy?
No, we ain't got to do all of that. Just Daddy's fine. Just Daddy's fine. And just ask Daddy for some coffee. We're making this bread for Bones Coffee, and Bones needs to. They need to get me lit. I got to get spiked, yeah.
But maybe it needs to be Hunter's daddy that gets us Bone Coffee. You know.
Yeah, let me get a free trial.
Daddy.
Oh yeah. Oh guys, I don't know who Daphne Landon is, but she just sent me a friend request during the podcast, so obviously she doesn't know me. You know, because Daphne Landon. Have you ever heard that name?
Daphne Landon? Is it Landon? Is she kin to Landon Beeman? # fake profiles. Is it a hashtag another fake profile?
Oh goodness, you've got some intuition, because that just crossed my mind. Could it be that he's been blocked or something? And he's trying to get with the program. So I'll have to accept that one just on the possibility. You know what I mean? Maybe it's one of our many followers just coming through. Does that happen to you, Gabe? Just your mere existence brings people you don't know into your life.
Oh yeah, I have like 200 friend requests of people I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I've got a bunch. I keep some of the friend requests, because some of them I kind of know who they are. They try, I don't let people onto my personal account anymore from the Smack world, and you know why.
Oh
I
yeah.
know why.
Yeah. Unless we're really, really cool. There's a few people like Justin Pike, Dave LaRue, Lee Boo, people like that. People have also contributed on the show in the past that I'm cool with. But usually I just don't friend anybody anymore because of about 8 different reasons.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what games are coming up, guys? Do I need
Kentucky
to pull this up?
Florida. Kentucky and Florida is the most important game that we can see this week coming.
Auburn is going to face annihilation from Georgia, so don't even need to do a preview on that one.
Oh no, let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. That right there.
What you want me to say, Shannon? Yeah, it would suck. We're going to get obliterated. Probably won't score a touchdown or a single point.
Yeah, that's good. I'm good with all of that.
Might not cross the 50 once. It's just
hey, you're talking too fast. Talk a little slower. Let me get my
Auburn is just in a rebuilding mode. Harsin didn't do jack and shit in recruiting. He had the worst recruiting class since 2010. His first year at Auburn was 23rd his first year, and when Coach Freeze took over, was 54th, and he dug us out of a trench and got us, I think, the 18th when we finished. He let Quishon Judkins just walk away and go to Lincoln, which I don't know how that happened. It was from Pike Road, Alabama. Right down the road from Auburn, by the way. We just have no O line. We have no depth. We got good athletes. It's just we don't have a quarterback to get them the ball. We're one dimensional. It's just we're in a rebuild, and it's just going to be a long year yet again. Auburn fans just got to keep being patient. I know we're losing patience. We're tired of getting annihilated every week in and week out. I can't even talk. I can't even talk shit because just. I mean, what can I say as an Auburn fan? We've been getting drugged by our rivals for now 10 years.
Hmm.
Say, like, oh yeah, we played Alabama close one time. Like, okay, we still lost. Auburn hasn't even got even within a arm's length of Georgia since 2017 or 2019 when we beat them.
And they won't do it again this year. Doug, one of the games that I'm really concerned about, or not concerned about, excuse me, I don't know why I used the word concerned. I guess because we were talking about Auburn and all of that sadness over there for a moment. Let's talk about happier things. Louisville at NC State coming up this Friday is going to be a big matchup because Louisville's coming to this game undefeated. And this is going to be a pretty big test for them. This is actually kind of going to be make or break for
I'm taking Louisville
pretty
big.
Playing good ball this year.
I'm taking Louisville.
Bob, I know you got to answer.
Yeah, but Bob, tell us why Louisville's going to lose.
I think the NC State's pretty good, but I hate to say this, but I want Louisville to win so that our game against them at the end of the season means something, right? But so if Louisville looks good in that weak ass conference and comes into Commonwealth Stadium against, I believe, a decent Kentucky team, then I'd love to crush them utterly on national television. But the facts of it is that Louisville has gotten better, and they've got some good players and some transfers in. They've improved by getting rid of Satterfield. He went to Cincinnati, and it's a decent football team in a fairly weak conference, so they got a chance. I think Louisville might be a 9-3.
That's going to be a big. If they win that, that'll be a big road win for them.
I don't know, guys. I don't know if the ACC is. The ACC may be better than the SEC. I mean, they've been stomping our ass so far this year.
You're just all negative Nancy tonight. You just need to calm down with all that.
Let's call a spade here now.
I think the East is rising, guys, and the SEC. It's too early in the season to really say it.
Doesn't look that
this
good.
Is very true. The SEC East is much scarier looking right now than the SEC West is.
Okay, so guys, I have not watched the Kansas Jayhawks this year. I know they're winning. They go to Austin, Texas this week to face the number 3 Texas Longhorns.
They look just like Oregon did to Colorado. That Cinderella story is ending.
I want to say that Kansas this season definitely is brought to a screeching halt, similar to what happened to Colorado this week.
It ain't gonna be as bad as Colorado because Jalen Daniels is very, very good.
Don't necessarily know about that because Texas does play with an excellent defense.
Well, they're gonna make him look kind of elementary, but he is good. He's good enough to get you 8 wins, but Kansas just doesn't have the talent of someone that can do something.
They got a secondary though.
Unlike Timmy Bailey, he's going to sit here and try to argue that Texas is not as good as Oklahoma, which is comical.
Now, one other top 20 matchup this Friday is Utah at Oregon State. Utah, of course, is coming in ranked number 10. Oregon State, number 19.
I like Oregon State at home.
Me too.
Yeah, I like Oregon State at home.
How about USC, number 8 USC, at Colorado at noon?
63-0.
Yeah, I think it's bad that they have to face USC the week after this, but
yeah, it's awful.
So you don't think there'll be any bounce back? I'm not saying Colorado actually wins the game outright, but you don't think there'll be some kind of spark from Colorado that we didn't see in this?
I think Colorado will be able to score some points in this game, but as just Shadur Sanders is going to be running around like a chicken with his head cut off again. They have absolutely no offensive line. It's just
I'll say 42-10.
USC has an incredible defensive line, and their linebackers are pretty sweet too. And the reason that they're giving so many passing yards that far is when they miss on the blitz because they're taking lots of chances. But I think that the line is so bad at Colorado, like Gabe says, that it could be ugly, like 55-3.
Yeah, like it's gonna be horrible. I don't see a way. They might score late like they did last, get some trash points. But if I was Dion, I wouldn't even march Shadur out there. Like you just risk an injury. Like you gotta focus on teams like Arizona and Arizona State.
Now wait a minute, whoa, back now. Pump the brakes just a little bit. You're talking about Sanders is going to keep his son out of the game just because he already knows they're going to lose. What kind of thing?
Look, I was just being.
You really are an Auburn fan.
All right, guys. Hey, it's time for sharpening iron, guys.
Yeah.
Seasoning, food's favorite flavor.
Yum, yum, get you some.
I'm Joe Burrito, your favorite burrito. Whoa.
Joe,
hey.
We all know you're the best.
What?
You can always do better. Try the new Dano's Hot Chipotle.
Hey. Ooh, that's spicy. Yum, yum.
Yum, yum, get you some.
Sharpening Iron with Kenneth Ingram.
How about sharpening iron without Kenneth Ingram? Anyways, yeah, appreciate that interlude. Kenneth Ingram is not able to join us for whatever reason. I think it's because Auburn got their ass handed to them. But I will say this, since we're looking at the games next week, Gabe Griffin, how hard are you going to be pulling for those Razorbacks come Saturday? Hosting the Texas A&M Aggies at their front. Gabe has nothing to say on that. Gabe left.
Arkansas played LSU pretty tough. It was what, 31-34? And I caught some highlights of it. And
however, we know that LSU isn't really all of what everybody said LSU was.
I mean, they got a lot of players. I don't know how much coaching they got. As I see LSU, I'm not convinced that Kelly's any good other than that keeping a team.
No, I'm not going to say that he's not any good. I mean, think about where LSU was right before he took him over. Led them to a pretty good season his first season out. So I don't know.
That's true.
I'm going to give the guy a chance. Give him a few years. I mean, he's definitely showed them a lot better than what Ed was going to show them.
They were 2 years removed from a national championship, though, and the cupboard wasn't bare. I mean, he's just putting his stuff in, but his stuff at Notre Dame only went so far too. I just don't know about Kelly. And he just seems so fake to me too. Is it just me, or does he seem like the funniest human being you've ever encountered?
Yeah. All right, I got an update, guys. Kenneth is in the hospital, according to Hunter, sharpening his dick on some iron in the hospital.
Why is he in the hospital?
COVID. Why else?
Why wouldn't you want your account on so that we can support him with love and stuff like that? I mean, you wouldn't turn your account off over that, though, right?
No.
I mean, I'd want you to come in and tell me how bad Auburn was, so it would lift my spirits while I was in the hospital. Wouldn't you agree, Shannon?
I do. I think the timing of all of these events is really, really suspicious.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like that house fire.
So did Gabe just say "fuck y'all" and leave?
Pretty much, yeah. Well, he knew that we're going to have to talk more about Auburn, and he was tapping out. I don't blame him.
Yeah,
there's nothing good to talk about here. They still have a winning record. We'll give them that. But they looked absolutely completely beat down during the A&M game. That was a sad performance.
So how long do you think it would take Freeze to get him in some kind of shape as a program?
I still think he's an excellent coach. I say about 2 or 3 years. He's a good recruiter. Has a very, very has a lot of money down there on the plains. Has a very good, nice facility. Just give the guy a chance. I think he's going to do fine. He'll do no worse than Lane Kiffin could.
That's true.
I'm serious. I really honestly mean that. And I say that because Lane was tapped for the job, or they flirted with Lane the past couple times they tried to hire a coach. The first time he was interested, and they weren't necessarily that interested. And the second time they were interested, and he said, "Not no, but hell no." Mississippi to Auburn right now is a sideways move.
But you can see why they go for Lane, because he's the modern face of the transfer portal and the NIL and all that stuff.
They already looked him over though. I mean, they passed him all the way the fuck over when he was at FAU. So and he was intently interested in that job. He wanted that job, and they said, "Nah, we're gonna give this Harsin guy a chance. This Harsin guy seems like he's really gonna work out."
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Fucking Auburn's gonna aug. So yeah, that's my sharpening iron segment for this week. I hope Kenneth Ingram gets better from the what is it, gallstones, COVID? What does he have?
He's got the Kung flu.
Kung flu.
China. I do have to bring up real quick. I have to bring up Sean Galooly. Did anybody see his top 25 today that he put out?
No.
He's got Miami. He's got Miami in the top 10 now. And I figured this out. He's got Miami in the top 10 because he's trying to explain how Auburn could have got beat by Texas A&M. And his only explanation is that Miami is really, really good. I mean, possibly a playoff team, and that A&M lost to Miami in Miami because of that. And
that's why it's important. It's important when you're an Auburn fan and you're explaining how Auburn fits into the national scene. It's important to be able to move goalposts at any point in time during the conversation.
I would be shocked if Miami's in the top 10 by late October.
But I think they've improved, though.
No, sorry. Are they even in the? They're not in the top 10 now, are they?
No.
Hold on. Let me look them up.
I'm going to say I've got that already. I think looked up. I just have to come off the lock screen of my trusty iPad. And they are, come on, baby. They are 18. Miami's 18. They beat Tampa 41-7. I don't know what we can get out of that, though. I mean, I don't know how much competition that's between the two Tampa.
What the hell?
How the fuck do you sound like this right now? That's amazing.
Yeah, you just went to some shit where you sound like you're coming through a CB radio now.
Sound like Darth Vader almost. It's like Darth Vader through a CB radio.
That's pretty funny.
Did it work? I mean, could you understand what I said?
Kind of.
We understand it, but I mean, seriously, it sounds like you're on some child's voice, one of those voice changer things.
It's like he went through a portal or some shit. And
what did you do? Did you hit a button or something?
Yes, I hit a button on my iPad. I'm not even on that device right now. Just to look up the stats.
Hey,
this show is completely falling to shit. This show is looking a lot like Auburn's offense right now.
Bob, when you go back and listen to this, you'll see what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, don't try to stop doing what you're doing because it's not working. I mean, it's working for us, but not necessarily for you.
Praise the Lord. And that's how I feel about Auburn.
No, that's you still sound. Oh man, this is taking me back to like the first couple of episodes we did. Can you believe we've been doing this for 6 years and we're still having these problems? This is great.
No.
This is great internet.
We enjoy it though. I mean, we must. I know the people that do here also enjoy the conversation. Mike gives his comment left and right. And that's
we're speaking with Bob Arthur, Dr. Balls, who is coming to us live from the moon. He is on a.
That's
right. He is through his military connections actually made it up to the moon and is brought. This is a podcast first. We've had people pooping on air, but we've never ever had somebody on the moon. This is incredible. Bob,
all right, guys, y'all have anything to add to this?
Not really. I think we've said enough. Roll Tide.
Thank you for supporting Smacking Off the Podcast and College Football Dogs. And don't forget to stream in each Sunday evening for a live episode at 9 p.m. Eastern.